The 2025 Master Jam lineups are here after yesterday's interesting way of teasing fans with the lineups. There is a lot to talk about with new faces, possibly new trucks, and much more craziness. So without further ado, this is the Master Jam 2025 season preview. Let's first clear the air, and unfortunately it appears that stadiums will only be 12 trucks for the moment, which is a little bit disappointing. However, certain lineups I'd argue are some of the best that have ever been created. For Stadium Championship Series East, the lineup will consist of Tyler Manninger in Gravedigger, Cynthia Gauthier returning to the Lucas Stabilizer, Armando Castro will make his first appearance on a Stadium Series driving El Toro Loco, Bari Musawa will drive Zombie, Colt Stevens will drive Thunderosaurus, Camden Murphy will drive a to-be-announced truck, Kevin Crocker will drive Megalodon for Team Scream, Jim Kohler drives Avenger, Chris Kohler is in Monster Mutt, Joe Foley returns to driving Axe, Mike Christensen is in Vendetta, and Dalton Widener will also make his Stadium Championship Series debut in Jurassic Attack. There's a lot of things to talk about. For starters, this tour is very stacked. It's fantastic to see new talent get the chance to show what they can do on a huge floor, and Armando and Dalton deserve it. We talked a little bit about Kevin Crocker taking over Rummell's Megalodon in today's news video, and it's also interesting to see Joe Foley returning to Axe. What I'm most interested in is Bari's truck and Camden's truck. Rumors have persisted of Murphy supposedly driving Spider-Man in lieu of Bakugan's retirement, but this doesn't appear to be true. Musawa returning to Zombie is confusing, as I was also of the belief that Bari would be driving Black Panther, but this also seems to be wrong. We will touch on the Marvel trucks later on in this video. The stops for this series are pretty normal, though it is funny to see an East tour with mostly Western stops. Up next is Arena Championship Series East, and will consist of the following: Preston Anderson in Gravedigger, Tony Oaks in Thunderosaurus, MJ Solorio in El Toro Loco, Michaela Talachka in Megalodon, Monster Mutt Dalmatian will have a to-be-announced driver, Brandon Talachka drives Just Get It Done 2, Mark Hall is in Raminator, and Kurt Kramer returns to Remunition. What I find most interesting in this lineup is the return of the Ram trucks, which I think some people believe would be leaving Master Jam altogether. MJ Solorio will compete in just his second ever tour alongside the likes of Brandon and Michaela Talachka and this mysterious Dalmatian driver. If I had to take a guess, I believe this driver will be either Logan Ashline, Chelsea Van Cleve, or a new driver altogether. If you're wondering why I haven't said Jamie Sullivan, well, you might want to wait later on in this video. Once again, however, we will see another close title fight with Kristen and Tony Oaks, and hopefully this time it will be Oaks pulling out his first career championship series win. The stops for the tour include some important places to visit, like Greenville, South Carolina, Baltimore, Maryland, and Allentown, Pennsylvania. Our second arena series we will be looking at is Arena Championship Series Central, and it has quite possibly one of my favorite lineups of a series yet. On Arena Championship Series Central, the following will compete on this series. Matt Cody will compete on his first full stint campaigning Gravedigger, Fernando Martinez returns to El Toro Loco, Angelina Knock pilots Megalodon, and Jamie Sullivan will pilot a second Sparkle Smash truck on this tour in just her third year. For the independents, Team Send It Motorsports makes their full season debut with John Zimmer Jr. driving Terminal Velocity and John Zimmer Sr. running Zombie on Uproar. The last two drivers are the Robbins brothers, who will be making their Master Jam full season debut driving Crazy Train and playing Crazy respectively. This tour is also very stacked from top to bottom. It's fantastic that Matt Cody gets a full shot at a championship series win, and he will face the likes of Fernando, Jamie, and the Zimmers, as well as the Robbins. The Robbins getting their full season season stint with Master Jam is fantastic news, and they have deserved it for quite some time. While people may be upset that Zimmer Sr. is running Zombie instead of Uproar, I'm just happy that Team Sender Motorsports will get to tear it up on this tour alongside some of the other fantastic drivers. This 17 stop tour will most notably be Master Jam's debut inside the Barclays Arena in Brooklyn, New York, with 16 other notable stops. Our final arena series is Arena Championship Series West, and will consist of Weston Anderson in Gravedigger, Ashley Sanford in Megalodon, Cody Saucier in Dragon, Brianna Mahan in Scooby-Doo, Berto Trevino in Monster Mutt Rottweiler, Joe Yuri in Earthshaker, Devin Winfield in Velociraptor, and Tim Hall Jr. will campaign Jurassic Attack on his first championship series. Most of this tour is pretty standard, with Weston Anderson getting his first shot at some of these western cities. Cody Saucier, Brianna Mahan, and Ashley Sanford will join Weston to try and defeat the unstoppable Gravedigger driver and claim their first series championship. Most of Team Throttle has not changed for this tour. However, the driver of Jurassic Attack in fact has. With Dalton Widener moving to stadiums, it's given Tim Hall Jr. his first spot on a Master Jam Championship Series. The tour will make stops in Salt Lake City, Utah, Reno, Nevada, and Tacoma, Washington, which will be some great cities to see these drivers tear it up at. Finally, our last series is Stadium Championship Series West, and will feature an all-star lineup of talent. The lineup will consist of Adam Anderson in Gravedigger, Ryan Anderson in Son of a Digger, Kayla Blood in Sparkle Smash, Tristan England in JCB Diggertron, Todd LeDuc in Megalodon, Bryce Kenny, interestingly, will be in a to-be-announced truck, Jamie Garner will drive El Toro Loco, Cole Vernard pilots the Black Pearl, the reigning racing champion Zach Garner will join his first Stadium Series in Wildside, Matt Pagliarulo will drive Jester, Nick Pagliarulo will pilot Kraken, and Mike Pagliarulo brings Excalibur to his first full-time Stadium Championship Series. Top to bottom, this is an impressive Stadium Series. Both Andersons, former and reigning world champions, and even more amazing trucks. Zach Garner and Mike Pagliarulo making the step up to stadiums is awesome. What I find most strange about the lineup is that Bryce Kenny will be driving a to-be-announced truck rather than the Great Clips Mohawk Warrior. We will touch on this in just a moment. In terms of stops, again, nothing interesting other than Inglewood returning to the schedule as a regular event, and so far, it will mark the series finale of this tour. This schedule announcement has left a lot of questions rather than answers for a multitude of reasons. For starters, as we covered in today's news, there's a lot of places that are usually announced but as of yet have not been. Stops like Houston, Arlington, and Glendale have yet to be announced, but most likely will be soon. In terms of trucks and drivers, there are lots. There is quite a few drivers, mostly independents, that are just in fact missing. David Olfer, John Gordon, Ryan Disharoon, and Monster Trucks Unlimited are mysteriously absent, though we can assume that those teams are now running on the independent circuit. Besides David, none of these drivers or teams have run with Master Jam since the World Finals, so again, we can confer that they are heading to the independents, though it is unfortunate to see them all leave Master Jam. Then, there's the story of the trucks. After the Marvel trucks will make their anticipated United States debut this October, there seem to be no Marvel trucks in sight. Whether or not they are soon to be announced is another thing, but considering that Bari is still driving Zombie, that makes me doubt this is the case. It has been rumored that the Marvel trucks will only compete on one lineup, rather than spread across 2 or 3 different tours, which, as we can see by the schedule, doesn't really work unless serious and unnecessary changes take place. Then that begs the question, what the hell is happening with Mohawk Warrior and Bakugan Dragonoid? Well, again, Bakugan has reportedly been retired to make way for Spider-Man. But with no Marvel trucks in sight, it appears that this is not the case. Fans are speculating a possible Pirate's Curse return could be imminent for Camden Murphy, as this name has been on hiatus for years and would be an appropriate spot for Camden Murphy, but again, this is all speculation. As for Bryce Kenny, who really knows? Great Clips has been an integral sponsor for Monster Jam for quite some years, so to see it leave all of a sudden would be quite the shock. If they have in fact left, I think it's safe to say that the truck is gone as well, considering the truck has really only been kept alive by the sponsorship from Great Clips. Nothing else really makes sense besides Monster Mart, which was Kenny's original truck before Mohawk Warrior. It will be interesting to see what happens with these two to be announced trucks, whether or not they end up with placeholder names like Pirate's Curse, or a new deal is congregated for Mohawk Warrior and Bakugan Dragonoid to return, or maybe even some brand new identities. I guess we will find out soon enough. And well, that is all we have for you today. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all soon with some more Monster Truck content.